All right. There's about 5 steps when it comes to content creation that you all need to pay attention to, and we're going to get busy in here today. Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Ground rules for today. Um, Go to podcastsummit.com. That's pretty much comment the word summit. What's happening, family? What y'all up to? What y'all here lying about today? We about to get started. We waiting for my friends and family to jump on in here. I think I have a very important conversation for you. I have a very important conversation for you. I don't know if y'all know it, man, but if you are gonna build something, you have to promote it. Okay, I'm gonna let you rest on that. Hold on one second. Podcast Summit 2024. It's happening. It's so happening. Summits for a very to receive a special discount. I got you. I got you. Just give me a minute, y'all. I got you. I'm not gonna waste your time today. I promise you that. Oh, how can I do that? There we go. All right, here we go. 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 Um, my name is David Chance. I've been a content creator for a long time now, and I don't I don't think I don't think creators get enough credit for what we produce into the world. And we're going to change all that. I am on a mission to um, help 1,000 podcasters become famous and influential. Yeah, I was talking to a school, and I was telling the kids, we don't have influence. We don't have leaders anymore. We don't have leaders anymore. Who's leading? Who's leading a movement of any type, any kind? Who? We don't have people who create impact anymore. We have influencers, but we don't really have leaders. Now, I'm including myself. I'm not saying that I am the best leader. I lead in some sort of capacity, but we don't have people who are wrapped around a mission anymore. It's only wrapped around money, and the mission is driven by money. So let me tell you something. If I can be 100% transparent, my objective in helping people lift every voice, to unshackle your voice, and to use your voice to create a lifestyle for yourself, to create influence, impact. My objective and my mission in helping people do that is driven by a desire to do some cool things for myself. I want to take over the podcast education industry. Will that help people along the way? Yes, of course. But am I in a position where I'm leading people like Martin or Malcolm was? People aren't putting together Black Panther parties these days. People aren't really fighting for, certain freedoms. Well, I'm not saying nobody, but we don't really have those people who are willing to put their lives on the line for a thing. Maybe that's just the way of the world. Less and less. Remember, Christians would fight tooth and nail to the death. They would not deny their faith, and they get fed to lions. It's quite a faith. There was people that were willing to lead the charge and say, this is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for that. Well, there were people like Harriet Tubman that was willing to die for what she believed in, risking her life. Martin Luther King said, I may not get there with you. He knew. He knew. He knew what he was up against. I'm not saying NAACP impact isn't what it should be. I mean, but it's hard to blame anybody for that, though. We're just in a world where people don't want to follow the leader because everybody's their own boss. Everybody's their own man or woman. Am I right? Back in the day, we used to have R&B groups, or we used to have groups where it was okay for one person to be the leader, to be the lead singer. Do we have any groups now? Are there any groups? Somebody just throw it in the chat real quick. Do we have any group? Think of a group, a R&B, like a musical group. Are there any? Think about it. Just think. And I'm not saying I know the answer, but let's just think about it. Are there any R&B groups or rap groups where one person is the leader and the other person's okay being the pip? What's crazy is we thought this would never happen. Pharrell and the other guy are beefing now for some reason. Pharrell and the other guy. First off, not a lot of us know the other guy. But I don't think the other guy is comfortable being in the background anymore either. He's lifting his voice saying, I'm here. Vice presidents is lit. Chad, yes, Chad. Shouts out to Pharrell and Chad. Shouts out to Chad. Think of, like, back in the day, there was a bunch of people cool with being the leader. Not today. Everyone wants to lead. Take this note. I made a t-shirt that says, too many chiefs. Too many chiefs. Too many chiefs, not enough millionaires. That's a good quote, right? Too many chiefs, not enough millionaires. I think if we be willing to work together a little more, we can get more done. But what I'm saying is it's just the way of the world right now. Even if someone wanted to lead and you grab a bunch of people, out of the bunch of people, one of them wants to be the man. One of them wants to be the woman. It's the way of the world. So with that being the case, I'm going to teach you how to be that number one. And you'll be able to build a team for a while until. You'll be able to build a little squad until one of those people want to be that person. Yeah. Official Travis Davis says, man, we work together with leaders and they scam, making it hard to trust. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's why. David, what's happening to your voice? I don't know. It has been raspy for the last year or so. I don't know. Hey, I know one thing. I better hurry up and make sure all of my non-David Shands assets make money, because if anything ever happens to my voice, it's over with. Anyway, let's jump into it, man. I have a very important conversation because I want to teach you how to be a content creator. And if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, the only reason I came on here, I was going to tell you, I came on this live because it's something that you need to hear. And that is true. I was going to tell you that I came on the live because something was dropped in my spirit. And I know this is going to really, really help some people because there's some things you need to check in your content creation or your entrepreneurial journey. I don't think you should be either one. I think you need to be both. I think every content creator needs to be an entrepreneur. Every entrepreneur needs to master the art of content creation. David, is there any way the Morehouse Business Association can get sponsored tickets to the podcast summit? Charles Winfrey, do you go to Morehouse? Are you a Morehouse man? If you are, send me a DM. That's interesting. That's interesting. I do want content creators to, yeah. Send me a DM. Anyway, Podcast Summit is the #1 event for content creators and entrepreneurs. You cannot just be a content creator because you'll be using all your creativity just to make yourself feel good. You shouldn't just be an entrepreneur either, because I think if your objective is to grow your brand, you got to create content. It is what it is. Even if the goal isn't to grow your personal brand, you need to use content creation to grow your product. You agree? So Charles Winfrey, if you're a man of Morehouse, send me a DM. I love the kids. I give y'all, you know what? I'll give y'all some Podcast Summit tickets if y'all let me come talk to a class. I don't care if it don't got to be an auditorium. It could be just a little class. Let me get y'all right as entrepreneurs. Okay, anyway, I was going to come on here and tell you I came on this live sacrificing time with my family because I love you and I care about you and you need this message. When in reality, I'm coming on here to get you to trust me enough to buy a ticket to Podcast Summit. I just want you to know that I know what I'm talking about. And maybe you'll say, yo, in this next 20 minutes or 30 minutes or however long I'm going to be on here, you'll be like, yo, if he really gave me some game like that in 20 minutes, imagine what he's going to give me in 2 days. Now, I'm just saying if you want to be a podcaster, you want to create content, and you want to make money doing it, if what I'm sharing with you helps you, just get a ticket to the summit. Is that a deal? I came on here to sell you. I want you to trust me enough to get a ticket to podcast. Is that a deal? Is anybody going to give me the little handshake emoji or just put it in the chat? That's a deal. If I give you so much value where you're like, yo, this really is game changing for me, I'm a go on and get a ticket. We're actually almost sold out of All-Star tickets, so that's really cool. Deal? Okay, we got some deals in here. Okay. I'm cool with that. See, I'm upfront and honest. Any summit in South Florida? Yeah, well, no. We're having a summit in North Florida. It's a city called Atlanta. It's like North Florida. It's just up a little bit. You good. Yes, man. Thank you so much, Jay. Go on and share this live out with some people, man. Okay, it's a deal. Okay. Now, let me do my very, very best to add value because you could be listening to anybody's live right now. You could be watching Power. You could be playing with your kids, but you're here with me. So here's the game. To be a wealthy content creator, the first thing we have to do is we have to have a direction, okay? We need to have some sort of direction for our content. There needs to be a group of people that you are going to be the savior of. Listen, for the last 6 years, I dropped an episode of the Social Proof Podcast interviewing people every single Monday for 5 or 6 years. This past Monday, I did not release an episode. I didn't release an episode. And I know what you're thinking. whole hypocritical Shans. He says consistency is the only cheat code, and it is. And it wasn't that I missed the episode because I couldn't find nobody to interview. However, I'm doing something. I'm doing something here. I've been so accessible. I've for the last year, 2 years, I've been releasing 4 episodes a week. Full-length episodes. I'm talking about an hour and some change 4 times every week. And then I realized, well, maybe I need to get even more targeted. Now, everything I do talks to the same type of person, entrepreneurs. But when I go to events, there's so many people, an overwhelming amount of people to say, yo, how can I get on your podcast? How can I get on your podcast? How can I get on your podcast? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't really have a system for it. It's based on if someone knows you, you're doing something amazing, you have some proof that you're successful in something. However, success can be manufactured in this day and age, or successful people do weird things. Me and Donnie were just talking about it today, how power is scary. And I'm going to teach you all how to become a big brand, and it's going to work, the things I'm going to share with you today, but I'm asking you to be mindful not to get too powerful. Because with power comes arrogance. With power comes a sense of bulletproofness. Listen, Donald Trump wouldn't be doing all the things he's doing right now or have done this guy convicted for if he wasn't Donald Trump. He's a regular successful guy. I'm not saying he wouldn't do nothing crazy, but you feel like you are bulletproof. You need big money, but I'm saying you better be careful with that stuff, bro. If you get a, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get into the content creation, but I think I got to tackle this real quick. Be careful with what you accumulate. I know the running message in the community is to get all that you can and make all the money that you can and become as powerful as you can. I'm saying you should, but be careful. Be careful. We've seen it over and over again. A person doesn't have a whole lot. They married, wifey holding them down. They run into some money. They cute now. Y'all ain't never seen that? Somebody get some bread and they cute now. And people add them a little bit. And now that they got the money, they feel they got the license to go step out on a marriage. Celebrities getting in trouble for forcing themselves on people because they feel like, yo, I'm so-and-so. I'm, you know who I am? And if somebody says no, you got to be joking because I'm me. I'm him. We were just talking about a certain R&B artist, not R. Kelly, but that's been in trouble for these types of situations because you're thinking, I'm so rich and I'm so powerful and I'm so popular. You've got to be joking. It is a privilege for you to be with me. I'm telling you, when you get too much money, there's some things that you may do with the money that you otherwise wouldn't have done, and it can get you in a lot of trouble. What's up, Jessica? Our objective is to get the agenda out by Monday, for sure. For sure. The objective is by Monday, getting the whole agenda out, okay? I got you, Jessica. Thank you for the question. I'm just saying, be careful. My prayer every single day, actually I pray at 9 and 3 every day, but every time I pray, one of my prayers is that arrogance doesn't get in the way. I don't get plagued with arrogance and start to believe that I'm the person responsible for my success because I'm not, and I understand that God could take all this stuff away from me immediately. I understand that. And my prayers that I never forget it. My prayers that I never forget it. My prayers that I never start talking to people crazy like I'm somebody. There's confidence, but it's my prayer because I understand how slippery success can get. Okay, let's just get into it. We were trying to drop the app on the first, but we just waiting on the developer right now. So we had a call about that today. I got you. All right, let's get into the content. Let's get to why you're here. Here we go. You got to have a brand identity. So when people think about you, they should think about a thing. They should associate your brand with a thing. Not just a word or a general topic, but a specific thing. Meaning, when we think about when you think about Keenan Ivory Wayans, what do you think about? What's the first? Just type the first thing you think about when you think about Keenan Ivory Wayans. What's the first thing you think about? When you think about Keenan Ivory Wayans, what do you think about? Just throw it in the chat. Funny, okay. Keenan comedy, okay. What else? In Living Color. Okay? I mean, when I think about Keenan, I think of In Living Color. That's not in Living Color. In Living Color, yeah. Don't Live in Color. He built something where you can closely associate this person with this thing. So when you think about them, you think about the thing that they built. When I think about, let's say, Jay-Z, I think about Rockefeller. I mean, for a long time, I would think Rockefeller. We got to build something where people can associate us with it and it's not confusing. Now, I'm not saying it's the only way to build something. However, I think it helps. So when I'm creating these 4 weekly podcasts, I'm creating Social Proof, Free Smoke, do a lot of Free Smoke, Social Proof with Donnie every Thursday, interview on Monday, Hot Seat on Sunday. I'm eliminating most of the things that I'm doing to focus on the hot seat because I want people to closely associate me with this one character, this one show. There's an identity there. So when you think about me, I want you to think about a thing. You have to shape in people's minds a thing that you're closely associated with. The issue with entrepreneurs is we do so much, so it depends on where you find me in the process. That's what you associate me with. But you got to drive deep into a thing. So what is the message? Shouts out to my man Letarius. He's got Dear Future Wifey. Now, I'm sure he does a whole bunch of things outside of that, but this is one thing you can associate him with. So I believe you can over-create as a content creator. You can over-business as an entrepreneur. You can overdo the thing, and I can't closely associate you with a thing. We've got to shape in people's minds what we do. So we're going to have to find a focus. Hey, do me a favor, throw it in the chat. When people think about you, what do they think about? Would you think not be podcasting? When I think of Dave, I think podcasting. Yo, absolutely. That's dope. Which is more narrow than, a lot of people, but I'm trying to drive deep. I'm trying to build a thing. Build a thing. Really, really big. Chef, cool. Investing for young adults. I love it. Employee research, ERGs, absolutely. What do you want people to think of when they say your name? Lip products. Good. Shouts out to my man. We got a supplement company. Jarius is supplement water bottle. Only black-owned insulated water bottle company. I've been taking one of these with me every single day for like the last 4 months or so. When I think of him, Think of a water bottle. Think about the thing that he's building. Okay, but here we go. As a content creator, now that we have that, we have to have a topic or a theme for the content that we are going to create and deliver to the world. If it's going to be in beauty, if it's going to be in business, if it's going to be in, I don't know, the love space, relationship, automotive, hair care, health and wellness, veganism, spirituality, movies, whatever it's going to be, come up with a podcast concept. The podcast concept has to be something unique in this day and age that we live in. I'm asking you, and this may hurt my podcast summit sales, because I'm gonna go against what you originally wanted to do. By the way, comment the word summit, and you will receive a special gift in your inbox. If you comment the word summit right now, you'll receive a special gift. Let me see a couple little summit comments real quick, then I'll keep going. Okay, that's one. Let me get like two more people to comment summit, and I'll keep going. It's gonna be very, very valuable. Okay. Oh, okay. CK do. Okay. All right, Adrian. Okay. All right. Let's get to it then. Let's get to it. And this might hurt my podcast summit sales, ticket sales. I know what you're thinking. You want to set up a podcast, and you're going to interview people in your neighborhood. You're going to interview like successful entrepreneurs, and you're going to figure out how they got to where they are. I'm asking you not to do that. Don't do that. Okay? Just don't. I'm not saying don't do it. I did say don't do it, but you can do it if there's some sort of unique twist to it. People associate the word podcast with interviewing successful people. Like, you think a podcast is the interviewing of a successful person or the interviewing of a person. That's not podcasting. There's so many different ways to podcast. Listen, there are people who podcast where they tell a story every single week and people can't wait to get on to the next week. Hey, listen, if I was going to start a podcast interviewing people, I would be interviewing Jim Rohn. I would be interviewing Martin Luther King. I would be interviewing Gandhi. I would interview Mansa Musa. I would interview John F. Kennedy Jr. How you going to do that, David? I'm glad you asked. I would interview Tupac. I'd interview Big. I would do a podcast with Tupac and Big. And I would just do some sort of AI trick where I'm interviewing people that nobody can interview. If I was going to start an interview podcast right now, we need a unique twist. If you are going to win in this podcast space, it doesn't have to be super produced. It just has to be unique. If you're going to interview a successful person, like, I want you to get entrepreneurs on the podcast and don't talk entrepreneurs. See how long they can talk without talking about business. Let's talk about some real stuff. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about relationships. Let's talk about how you feel. Let's talk about your spirituality. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your philanthropy. Let's talk about your goals outside of business. Guess what? There's a lot of entrepreneurs that can't do it. Possibly including myself. I don't know. Anybody ever really do it? And I just thought about that. That'd be a good podcast. But there has to be something unique about what you're doing. Maybe you are a poet and your podcast is just delivering letters to people. Every week you just write a letter that you deliver to somebody. Maybe your podcast is talking to older people. Your whole podcast is people over 80. And you getting into the mind of what do they regret over their life? How has things changed? What have they seen? What are they super proud of? What do they value when they were 18, and what do they value when they're 80, and what is the advice? Let's have more conversations like that. It's the same people jumping on the same podcast. That's why I'm like, I didn't release an episode Monday, because I only want to interview people that nobody can interview. I'll be doing fewer and fewer podcast interviews. Now, I got a guy, Gary, that's coming on a podcast tomorrow, and he gets podcasters sponsored. He's the one that has the relationship with the agencies, and he gets money to podcast. He dumped a bunch of money into my podcast and a lot of people that I know. So he'll be on the podcast. He'll be coming to Podcast Summit too. Hey, do y'all want to really learn your podcast journey? Do y'all really want to get into how you can really build something unique and special and make money from it? If you do, you need to go to podcastsummit.com right now, or just comment the word summit. I got a little special gift for you. I got a special gift for you right in your inbox. I'll send it right there. So we need a clever, creative, unique concept. Clever, creative, unique concept. If you're going into the podcasting space, if you already have a podcast, switch it up. If you are what I'm describing, where you find cool people that did cool stuff and you interview them about their story, I'm telling you, people don't really care. There needs to be something unique about what you're doing. And at Podcast Summit, July 4th and 5th in Atlanta, I'll be sharing with you all how to move as a creative creator. We have a lot of creators, but they're not creative. We're just biting off of what everybody else does. And we're hoping that it works. It doesn't work that way. Midgets interviewing tall people, and they swap lives for a day. Woo! Jay, you talking good. Midgets interviewing tall people. I like it. I like it. It's almost like single people interviewing married people, or married people interviewing single people, trying to figure out what's going on. I want to see arguments of faith. The whole thing is, I believe this, you believe this, and I'm going to disprove you on why you shouldn't believe in Muhammad. Muhammad's like, yo, or somebody who believes in that faith is like, yo, here's why you shouldn't even believe in Jesus, because he ain't real. And somebody said, get the Mormons, and they were like, yo, who's that man that y'all rocking with? Every episode. It'd be creative. I'm asking you to do something unique. If you're going to start a podcast, do something out the box, unique. It doesn't cost any extra money to be creative. It's the same process. Cameras, mics, have a good conversation. If you got it, just comment the word summit. Say, I got it. If you understand what I'm saying, just comment the word summit. And then I'm going to get into my 4. Can you host a podcast summit in Chicago? Maybe. Send me a DM. Let me know what's happening. Let's make it make sense. Let's go. All right. Here we go. You got it? Y'all got it? Are y'all rocking with me right now? Okay, good. Okay, now, we got the show concept. We have to produce it. Meaning we got to shoot the thing. You have a concept in your head. You got to get the camera and the mic and shoot the thing. You have the idea, shoot it. I don't care if you don't have any money, take your phone and shoot it. You have to produce the podcast. Sit down, think for a second. How long do you want it to be? How are you going to start it? How are you going to end it? What's going on in the middle? What is the set design? Where are you going to do it at? Just produce the podcast. Produce it. If you don't know how to produce a podcast, all you have to do is comment the word summit or go to podcastsummit.com and get a ticket to Podcast Summit, July 4th and 5th. We'll teach you 2 days, every aspect of podcasting. Remember, y'all said if this was valuable, y'all would get a ticket to Podcast Summit. So here we go. Hopefully this is valuable. You have to produce it, okay? There are people who have amazing ideas, but for some reason, you can't get yourself to actually produce, to actually hit record, to actually do the thing. Stop being like that. Let me tell you how to produce it. You need a camera, you need a microphone, you need a computer. You record the content, and on every single camera, on every single microphone mixer, you got to get like a Rodecaster Pro or something like that, there's a little SD card. You take the SD card out of the Rodecaster, you take the SD card out of the camera, you put it into your computer, and you upload it to a podcast distribution platform. I happen to use Red Circle. I use Red Circle. Or you upload it to YouTube, upload it to Facebook, upload the thing. Just try. I don't care how bad it is. Do y'all realize that my podcast, when I started, didn't even have a name for it? I had a camera, some mics, and I hit record. I didn't even have anybody recording the podcast for me. I'm going to pull up some content. I'm going to dig through the crates and find some old videos for those that don't believe me. You got to produce it. Next, you have to publish it. There's people stuck. I got a great idea. I shoot it. I don't publish it, though. I'm waiting for something to happen. I'm waiting for the website to be done. I'm waiting for everything to be perfect. Just put it out to the world. You don't know if it's good or bad until you put it out into the world. The only way you find out if what you're about to produce is good or bad is if you publish it. And people tell you if it's good or bad. That's it. Okay, now let me get to the hard stuff. I think y'all know that part. We got to have a concept. We got to produce it. We got to shoot this stuff. Then we got to publish it. We actually have to let it go into the world. We got to actually go live, okay? But you have to promote it. Here is the challenge. This is the challenge for all my content creators, okay? And if I'm talking to you, just say I'm talking to you. Let's say we have a podcast, we record it, great idea, we produce it, we publish it, it goes out into the world. We put it up on YouTube, we put it up on Facebook, we take some clips, we make a post the day it drops. And that's it. Maybe the next day, we'll put up a clip the next day. But we don't promote it. I come across people who have 200, 300 episodes of a podcast and they think they're doing something. And you're not doing anything at all because you're not promoting the thing that you do. You're just publishing it. You put it up on Facebook or YouTube or on the podcast and you think that because you are so good at this that people are just going to start to flock to it. And it doesn't work that way. Let me tell you why I'm going from 4 episodes a week to 1 episode a week. Can I tell you? 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Because I was having a hard time promoting all 4 shows. I was publishing 4 shows. I'm having a really hard time promoting all 4 shows. Here's the plan, though. If I'm focused on publishing 1 hot seat a week, I'm going to find 14 clips out of that 1 show and push 2 a day until the next one comes out. That's my plan. That's my plan. Promotion. You have to promote it. You have to tell people about it. Anytime someone's doing an event, you know what I've been asking lately? I'm like, yo, let me do a hot seat on stage. Shouts out to my guys, Steve Canal, Jay Carter. They let me do a hot seat live at Togetherland in Dallas. And let me tell you, I was super nervous, okay? Because the podcasters before me, it wasn't a lot of people out there listening to the podcast. And then when I got up there, it wasn't a whole lot of people out there. I'm like, oh, this is going to be terrible. I'm hoping my videographer only gets the first row so it looks packed. But as I started going, more and more people, they heard it. They was coming. I'm like, I looked up. It was a packed outside, and it was hot out there. And that joint was packed, litty. Why? Because I am promoting a particular show, a particular direction. When I was doing 4 things, it was hard to promote them all. Guess what? The more things you do, the less you promote, and you wind up not promoting any of it, because by the time you figure out you're going to post a thing on Monday, you already dropped something Wednesday and Thursday, and Monday thing is old, and now you don't do anything. If I'm talking to you, just comment the word summit. If I'm talking to you, I might not be talking to you. You produce the stuff, but you don't promote the stuff. And you act like the stuff isn't working. No, you're not working. This is not easy. This is not a cakewalk. Becoming successful, building a brand in any aspect, it's just not easy, and you have to do the work. So at Podcast Summit, July 4th and 5th, we're going to teach you how to do the work. What is the strategy behind having an idea, promoting it, publishing it, but also getting it out into the world. It's going to take focus. Jay, man, shouts out to Jay. So I just grabbed my tickets. Let's go. I know you're not working. C could do 11. I get it. I understand. People think that because you have a talent, I don't care how good your music is, how good your podcast is, if you don't put everything into the promotion of it, it doesn't grow. We want to be moguls. Think about Master P. He didn't just put out a bunch of songs and hope that it works. No, he's out his trunk every day. Okay. Hey, listen, I want to start getting more out the trunk, y'all. Let's get out the trunk. Let's get out the trunk. If you got a podcast, I want you to get like a little microphone, and I want you to hit the streets and get out the trunk with your podcast. Okay. I'm just going to start doing hot seats live on the streets. Okay? You're not going to build nothing if you don't build nothing. Just because you produce it doesn't mean it grows. Just because you got connects, just because you think you're special. We've seen celebrity after celebrity after celebrity and after, come on, man. We've seen successful people come into the podcasting space and it doesn't work. Just because you have a following doesn't. My boy said something. My man, shouts out to Dewan. He said podcasting. Well, it's actually, okay, I'm about to remix because he was talking about Clubhouse back in the day. But podcasting is like what it would be to be like a super bad chick on Instagram like 10 years ago. Remember, on Instagram, if you're attractive and you had your butt out a little bit, you get a bunch of followers, period. It is what it is. If you're attractive, you just showed your whole situation, you got followers. Now, it doesn't work that way anymore. However, if you have something good to say, people are willing to follow that this day and age. If you can say something and intrigue people with the content, but people don't know who you are because you're not promoting the thing that you're doing. You just do it. You promote, you just publish it. You just get it out into the world. It's on YouTube. It's a podcast. You promote it the day it releases, maybe another video 2 days later, and then it's time to produce another podcast, and you're not really pushing it. Somebody put promote in the chat. Somebody put promote in the chat. Just put the word promote. 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 If you know how to spell it, promote. Promote it. You just got to promote it. If you're going to have a podcast, you got to promote it. If you have a business, you got to promote it. You have to promote it. You have to tell people about it. It's not that the thing doesn't work. It's that you don't work. And somebody on Instagram, and I don't know who coined this, but I hate it. It's the phrase, you should work on your business. So you're not going to put the word promote? Y'all not going to do that? I said it mad time. I just need to know that y'all Y'all here. I see that y'all not gonna put it in the chat. It's fine. It's cool. It don't always have to be new either. They still showing the Mona Lisa people, for sure. Yo, somebody better put promote in this chat real quick, because I look crazy right now. Just to make sure y'all are here and y'all listening to me. Just throw promote in the chat. Please. Please. Don't have me look crazy. Y'all comment everything but it. Yo, somebody put promote in the chat. Put promote in the chat. And then y'all just laughing. All right, bro. All right, fine. Forget it. Okay, all right, forget I said that. Forget I said that. I thought I was saying something too. And yo, still nobody put the word promote. Y'all put we love you. All right, we're just moving right along. I forgot where I was. I felt so disrespected. Where was I? Hey, yo, one person. Okay, just one person. Just put the word promote. I ain't see it. Just one person. Just put it in the chat real quick. So I don't feel too bad. I did, bro. You ain't even acknowledge. I ain't see it. Just put it again. All right, let's keep going. Yo, y'all are vicious. Y'all have been Yo, the fact that nobody's saying it and y'all only telling me that y'all said it before is hilarious. Somebody put pro. They saying it on YouTube. Okay. All right, y'all say it on YouTube, not Instagram. Okay, all right, cool. Y'all something else. Okay, here we go. So, look at your YouTube. Okay, all right, shout out to YouTube. You know what? I'm going on. Let me go look at my YouTube friends, because I was only on Instagram. Okay, I got you. All right, thank you. Daryl Stinson, thank you. I appreciate it. Tressa, I appreciate that. Okay, here we go. We have to promote. The last part of this, and I'll run back through it, okay? After we have the concept, we got to produce it, we got to publish it, we got to promote it. Finally, we got to get paid. No more career creators. If you are a content creator, I want you to stop saying that you're a content creator. I want you to tell people that you are an entrepreneur running a business. You are an entrepreneur that's running a business. You don't just create stuff for creation's sake. The reason we create stuff is so that we can sell it to other human beings, so that we can make money. And I know what you're thinking. No, Dave, I do it because I just love creating stuff. Stop doing that. Some people use the fact that you love what you do as an excuse for why it doesn't make money. But the only reason it doesn't make money is because you haven't intentionally focused on making money as a content creator. There are some artists who love to paint, but guess what? There's some artists that love to paint that get paid for their paintings. So you say, well, I do it because I love it. As if because you love doing what you're doing, you should, or you don't deserve to get paid for it. If you truly love doing what you do, you would get paid from doing the thing that you wanted to do, that you're super passionate about, so that you can do it more. So you don't have to go to that job or drive Uber or pick people up, pick their food up from DoorDash. Just because you're a creator doesn't mean you don't have to make money. There needs to be a business model attached to your content creation, and there's a way you could do it. If you have a podcast, and by the way, quick commercial, we are going heavy on monetizing a podcast at Podcast Summit. So July 4th and 5th, it's a 2-day experience. You'll be with me, and like 50 other speakers that are teaching every single aspect of podcasting and content creation. Not just podcasts, but how do you grow on Instagram? How do you grow on TikTok? How do you shoot a skit? How do you shoot a movie? How do you write a script for a movie? How do you increase your product sales with your podcast? How do you create a merch line? Here's where we'll go. How do you create a merch line that supports the message of your podcast? Here's one low-hanging fruit, easy way to make money from podcasting. Create a product. Create a product. Here's the note if you're taking notes. Productize your message. Productize your message. So we create content and people listen to the content. But there are people that want to support what you do, but you have not productized your message. Your message might be healing. Well, it's only right and only fair if you give them a journal that they can buy after they heard your message or heard your podcast. If your message is health, is wealth, or whatever you're going to talk about, let's say it's health, it's only right that they have a t-shirt, a wristband, socks, a hat, some sort of sea moss product that they can buy so they can pay for the message. They think they're paying for the thing that you're selling them, when really it was the message that you gave that they're now wanting to give you money for the message that you delivered. Every content creator needs to have something in their hand, not just a microphone. Every content creator should have something that people can support you with. You think you're being noble by not selling anything or by not having a product. You say, I just want to be genuine and authentic, and I ain't trying to make money for my audience. Well, your audience wants to pay you. And guess what? They're going to wind up paying somebody else. They're going to listen to your podcast, and the message that you gave them was so special. Oh my gosh, they felt such a way. And guess what? They go to somebody else who has a t-shirt with a message that aligns with your message, and they buy the t-shirt from the person because they believe in the message that you delivered. They just didn't have a way to give you the money. You understand? Every podcaster should have a product, something. I do not teach to just have a show. You need to have an ebook, a physical book, a keychain, a hat, a service, something. Give a membership where there's a lot of membership. You could do like Patreon or something, where if people like it, they will pay every month. And it might, I'm not saying it got to be $50. It could be $2. It could be $5. Did you know that there are some people that listen to your podcast faithfully? They listen to your content faithfully. And to support, they would invest $2, $5 a month just to support, just to keep the lights on. Watch this. And I hope y'all don't play me. But I want you to be honest. If I had a membership and it didn't offer you anything, but I will continue to produce podcasts if you were to invest $3 a month. $3 a month just to support your favorite podcast. Somebody throw a 3 in the chat if you would do that. I mean, if I came on like, yo, appreciate y'all for checking it out. Y'all got this membership. It's $3 a month. It costs money to produce these shows, and I can't just keep producing, and I'd appreciate your support. Somebody throw a 3 in the chat. Now, I'm not charging $3, but just throw a 3 in the chat if you would support me with $3 a month. Guess what? I'm not delivering anything other than the thing that I'm delivering, but you are being selfish because you're not allowing the people that listen to you to put a seed in the ground. So I have 300,000 followers. Maybe if I had a $3 membership, maybe, just maybe, we can get 3,000 people to support with $3. That's $9,000 a month. I don't got to do nothing but content create. You understand? I could run a bag up, $3,000 a month, not offering anything, $3 a month, 3,000 people, let's go. $9,000. I could do that, 100%. I'm not, because I have other stuff that I'm offering, but my point is there are some people that will support you even if they don't get anything else other than what you're giving them right now, a podcast every single month. But you are being selfish because you have to give people an opportunity to put a seed in the ground to somebody else so that they can get blessed. That's how it works. Isn't that how it works? Is that not how it works? Right? You give people an opportunity to sow, and you think you're being noble because you're not charging people anything? You think you're being noble. It's not how it works. You're not doing the right thing because you don't have something to offer. You're not doing the right thing because eventually you may get burned out and you can't deliver the information to anybody. Yo, listen, there's somebody right now that's married and you've been doing this podcast thing for the last 100 episodes, 200 episodes, and your spouse is sick of it because you ain't got no money coming in. And the reason you don't have any money coming in is because you don't have anything to offer. And you don't have anything to offer because you think that your show is so good and eventually, one day, Oprah's going to be listening or Tyler Perry or somebody's popular is going to be listening to your show and they're going to say, hey, this kid is really, really good. Come on to Tyler Perry Studios. Come on to OWN Studio and we're going to sign you because you're good. Sounds stupid. Eventually, you're going to get burnt out. Your spouse is like, bruh, you ain't bringing no money home. I know you sitting there with your boys with the microphone and y'all just be talking and chopping it up, but you've been doing this for the last 2 years and you haven't brought any money home and it's taking time away. I know you. But if you stop looking at yourself as just a content creator and you look at yourself as an entrepreneur and you get some sort of product in your hand and your whole objective is to sell this product and the podcast pushes the product. You have a podcast and you're thinking that, okay, I'm gonna have this product so that more people listen to my podcast. No, you're an entrepreneur first. Business. Mess around, get divorced because you ain't got no business about yourself. You can't just keep creating and creating and creating and creating without some sort of fruit. You're literally trying to get lucky because you're not even promoting the thing like that. Commercial. That's why Podcast Summit is so important. We're teaching every aspect of content creation and podcasting over a 2-day experience in Atlanta, July 4th and 5th. So you need to go to podcastsummit.com, invest in yourself. Early bird tickets go up next week, okay? And if you comment the word summit, if you're on Instagram, you comment the word summit, you get a special discount. And if you go back to one of my YouTube videos, if you're watching on YouTube, if you go back to the last YouTube video, you'll see, one of the last YouTube videos, you'll see in the description, I got something special for you right there. Quick little commercial. Go to podcastsummit.com. Amiyar, the camera that I'm using, I will reveal at Podcast Summit. I'll tell you. No, I'm just playing. I'm using the Canon M50. Canon M as in Mary 50. Canon M50. But it's a 35 millimeter lens. The camera alone is not going to give you the look that you're looking for. You got to get that 35 millimeter lens. Okay. No, actually, it's a pretty cheap camera. It's like $500. Canon M50 is pretty cheap. Amayu, Amayu, Amayar. Okay, cool. So we got to sell something. Stop being afraid to sell something. That's why Podcast Summit is not all about content creation. It's about how we can get some money. Do you want to get some money this year? Is that the goal? Or do we just want to create because we love creating? Hey, throw it in the chat. What is the goal? Is the goal to create so we can have a lifestyle of stuff, or it's just to create to get our music out into the world? I think Andre 3000, 3 stacks. We know 3 stacks, right? I think my man is at a level, I think he's at a level right now where he's creating to create. I think. I don't know if he's like trying to get like a #1 album. I don't know if he's trying to change the culture. I think 3 Stacks is creating because he just wants to create. I don't think he's putting a money play together. But do you know why? He's at a level and he's done so much work that at this point in his life, he can create because he likes to create. Period. It doesn't have to be a money play for him. He's spent the first half of his life building a business. He spent the first half of his life giving us the art, doing interviews, putting out great music, owning the South. And now he don't be doing no interviews. I can imagine what his house looks like. It's probably pillows everywhere, no couch, just pillows. And there's like art everywhere. And like in his house, it's just like ambient music playing. I think, I don't know the brother, but I think he's at a point where he can create because he just loves to create. We don't have that opportunity like that yet. Not yet. Unless you do. If you do, that's cool. Come on, pillow and art level, for sure. Come on. The goals. If my man at 3 Stacks say, yo, I ain't about to do no podcast or nothing. I'm about to play this flute and put it out to the world. And I'm not gonna explain myself. I listened to the album and I was looking for some 3 Stacks bars. I quickly realized there's not a bar on that joint and I turned it off. It wasn't for me. But guess what? Does he care? No. No. One day we're going to get there. If we think business now, we're creating for a purpose so that we can create some income to build a lifestyle, to be able to do what we want to do. That is commercial time. The whole purpose of Podcast Summit. It is the most complete conference merging the worlds of content creation and entrepreneurship, but we gotta have both. I'm teaching content creators to create in a way that they can build an income stream, not just for content creation's sake. You understand? For the last few weeks, maybe a month or so, I've been studying Mr. Beast. And will I tell you, this man is brilliant. And he's a risk taker. Hold on, come on, get me right. Come on. Okay. Mr. Beast is an animal. First off, he spends on average 1.2 mil. Okay, let me Let me slow it down for those in the back. I've been studying Mr. Beast. I'm not saying, okay, wouldn't it be cool to make $1.2 million every time you drop a YouTube video? Just think about that. Let me put this in context for a second. Imagine if you made $1.2 million every single YouTube video that you make. I've been studying Mr. Beast for the last month or so. This man spends about $1.2 million every single video. Goodness gracious. He invests, he spends. What it costs him $1.2 million at least to produce the video. I saw one of his videos today. Mr. Beast gave away $500,000 to the contestants in the video. That's not the production of the video. I saw 2 videos. He gave away $500,000. He said, there's a couple. He said, we picked 2 people who never met each other, put them in this room, took the blindfold off, put a case of $500,000, $500,000 in this case, and said, if you can stay in this little white room for 100 days with this person, neither one of y'all leaves, y'all get that $500,000. If one of y'all leaves this room, neither one of you gets the $500,000. It's so brilliant. The joint has hundreds of millions of views. Y'all gotta start studying these people, bro. The competition said 2 people that just met that day. You stay in a room for 100 days. You can't leave this room for 100 days. Y'all split $500,000. Guess what? 100 days, first 10 days, Mr. Beast comes in. And he gave them enough food to eat. And it's like canned food. It's like canned vegetables, canned chicken, canned beef. They have enough food to live for 100 days. They both got separate bathrooms. 10 days goes by, Mr. Beast comes in and he says, hey, I've got a deal for you. I said, what's the deal? How's those canned foods treating you? I mean, getting through it. It was either day 10 or day 20. I think it was day 10. And he said, 10 days, y'all just ate out of cans for 10 whole days, right? And get this, they're in a room where there's no sunlight, so they have no idea what time it is or what day it is. They don't know what time or day they're on. So day 10, the guy comes in and he says, hey, y'all, how y'all holding up? They're like, we're good. We're just getting accustomed to it. So he's like, I got this chef, and this chef is preparing a 5-star meal for you. And they're eating the meal. He says to them, hey, I would have this chef here to cook you whatever you want to cook. You just got to give me $20,000. He said, it was either 10 or 20. I think it was 20. He said, give me 20,000. And this chef will make you whatever you want. You don't got to eat them canned foods. They said, nah, we'll keep the $500,000. He said, nah. The beds was just super trash, and the lights are super bright in the room. So day 20, he comes in and he hears them complaining about the lights. The lights are just so bright and it's hard to sleep, and the lights are on all the time. So day 20, he comes in and says, he wheels in these beds, very, very comfortable beds. And he said, I'm going to give you this iPad where you can turn the lights off. You can turn them off and on, up and down. Just give me $20,000 out of your $500,000. They say no. This process goes on for 100 days. Mr. Beast is creating content at an extremely high level. That's why when someone offered him $1 billion for his catalog, he said no. But why would somebody offer him $1 billion for his catalog? I don't know what he's making, but it's a lot. But no, you want to sit down and interview successful people and get their stories. Stop doing that. Let's do something creative. Let's do something outside the box. Let's do something clever. Guess what? Oh, and I'm done. Because I'm about to go upstairs and maybe watch some TV with my wife before we fall asleep. I hope my kids are asleep. I really hope my kids are asleep. My kid's been hating on me for the last. Me and my wife be trying to plan some time together, but both my kids sleep in my bed. And by the time they get to sleep, we both fall asleep, and me and my wife be waking up like, dang, what happened, bro? I'm like, I don't know. We both fell asleep again. Yo, my kids is haters, bro. So hopefully they sleep right now. Hopefully. Golly. Anyway, how you going to say that? I just did my first interview. I'm sorry, Seymour. Do something different. Do something interesting in that interview. Shouts out to Port Up Mobile. I think we should do a virtual hot seat. I'm with it. I'm with all smoke. Well, else, sis, I got you. Dance parties be going crazy. So at the end of here's what blew my mind, and I'm like, yo, this man is the king of content creation. So mind you, that's how black people start a story. Mind you, they've been there for 100. They're about to walk away with $400-something thousand because in this process they took some of the deals, right? Day 99. And I thought this was wrong, bro. I thought this was just so devious. Day 99. He says, y'all got one last surprise for y'all. Because they like, yo, we about to go home with this $500,000. He sets up a table. On both sides is a red button and a green button. So it's almost like a voter booth table, but it's like facing each other. So table on this side, it's like a divider, table, red and green button on both sides, and then the chair, and they're sitting at the table. He said, here's my final surprise. We got 30 minutes left, and you guys are going to walk out of here with hundreds of thousands of dollars. But this is the last challenge. He said, if both of you all hit the pass button, the green button, both of y'all hit the green button, y'all split the money. But one of you can steal the money. So let's say guy on the right, if he hits the steal button and the girl on the left hits the split button, the green button, he gets to keep the whole $500,000. Or if the girl says, hey, I'm about to steal this money, but the guy's trying to do the right thing, like, yo, we split it, the girl gets all the money, and the other partner did this for nothing. They did 100 days for nothing. Dang. Devious. My man's devious. Diabolical, Drew. Golly. If they both hit steal, they both hit the red button, neither one of them gets the money. You know? Diabolical stuff. Fast forward. I'm not going to tell you what button they hit. Okay, because just go check it out. Let me find the video. Let me find the video real quick. I just watched it. I got you. Hold on. I'll tell y'all what video it was. It was fire. This guy is crazy, man. So, dang, which one was it that I watched today? Dang, what is the one that I watched? I just saw it. I did watch the Face Your Fears one. That one's pretty good. Where's it at? $10,000 every day you survive in the wilderness. That was pretty good. Where's the one I just watched it, bro? Oh, survive. It's called Survive 100 Days Trapped, Win $500,000. I don't know if this is gonna work. Come on, okay. There we go. Survive 100 Days Trapped, Win $500,000. That joint has 240 million views. 240 million views. Is it working? Oh, I'm sorry. I had to turn it on. Okay, I got you, Instagram. Hold on. Because y'all can't see it right now. The title is Survive 100 Days Trapped, Win $500,000. Now, this is like some spoiler alert stuff, so I just kind of told y'all what happens, but check it out. Anyway. Yes, it's on YouTube. Go to Mr. Beast. All right, y'all. Listen, man. I made a deal with y'all at the beginning of this. And I said, if this is a valuable session that we have together, and you feel that I understand this podcasting, content creation, entrepreneurial blend thing, you said, and I quote, I'll get a ticket to Podcast Summit. So, if it was valuable, go on and get your ticket. Now, here's the good news. We are 100% going to sell out. We are 100% going to sell out. And it's really cool because we're almost there. And actually, I think we have 6 more All-Star tickets left. Yeah, I think we have 6 more All-Star tickets left. In the All-Star tickets, we get like a dinner, a private dinner, and then 2 private lunches. So we get to spend more intimate time together, and some other bonuses. But podcastsummit.com, get in the room. Yes, man. My goal, if I'm being honest, I'm trying to sell out. So the last 3 weeks, I could just work on logistics and work on experience. We got a whole team, but we are promoting heavily. And listen, y'all not going to get away from these ads either. Oh, y'all seen these ads. You ain't going to get away from these ads. So I love you all, man. Go to podcastsummit.com. Now is the time to start your podcast, or at least start understanding the space. And there's a whole bunch of there's a lot of different opportunities when it comes to podcasting. It's not podcasting. Podcast management is a really, really big career. Podcast studio. People are building out podcast studios. Huge opportunity. Yeah, we got some incredible workshops going on. So 2 days, 3 workshops going on at the same time, so you get to pick your experience. If you're just starting, you get to pick stuff that's going to help you in the right now. If you're looking to grow, we've got growth strategy workshops. So 3 workshops going on at the same time. You get to pick the one that best fits you. If you get VIP or All-Star, then you'll get all of the recordings so you don't miss anything. So I recommend VIP or All-Star, especially if you're on Instagram right now. Comment the word Summit, and you'll get a special surprise, special discount right to your DM. But you got to act fast because early bird tickets are going away next week, okay? And if you're on YouTube watching this, just go to any one of my last videos and you will see a code at the top. You'll see a code where you can lock in now, okay? I absolutely love you all. This has been a real treat. I will see y'all at Podcast Summit. Who's going to be at Podcast? Okay, y'all been kind of making me look crazy lately, but who's coming to Podcast Summit? Just throw it in the chat real quick. Just don't make me look crazy like nobody's coming. Because actually, we've already sold the amount of tickets that we had last year in Miami. So that's how I know we're going to sell it this year, because we are ahead of the game, y'all. Yes. You guys are coming, man. This is so exciting. This is dope. I love this, man. Hopefully this is valuable. Check your calendar, your Palm Pilot, but go get your tickets right now. You really about to try this chat thing again? Oh, yeah, they be playing me. Y'all be playing me in the chat. Nicholas Ellis is in there. Black Prince said, I'm coming. VIP ticket was bought. Let's go. Yeah, y'all definitely be playing me in the chat. It's like the altar call. Imagine telling everybody, hey, come to the altar, and don't nobody come. And it's like, dang, why you do that? Yeah, but the good news is we got the city on. We're going to have the city on fire, man. The radio station actually just reached out to me, and they want to partner because they see all this momentum going on. We just got sponsored by Shure. Shouts out to Shure Microphones. They sent us 40 microphones so that we're going to be able to do live podcasting live from Podcast Summit. Let me tell you something real quick. The VIP, I have an area for VIP where you can actually record your podcast live at the summit. And guess what? Ecamm Live is sponsoring. So this is what I'm streaming on right now. Right now, I'm using Ecamm Live. I'm streaming on Instagram, I'm streaming on YouTube, and I'm streaming on Facebook all at the same time. I'm giving y'all the same message at the same time. Ecamm is sponsoring Podcast Summit. So we have 20 computers, 20 screens, 40 microphones, meaning 2 microphones at each table, where VIP, you might meet somebody and get them on your podcast and start interviewing them on your podcast. But not only can you just save the content, you are going to be able to log into your Instagram, your YouTube, your Facebook, and be able to stream live right from the summit. Golly, nobody's doing this. Nobody's doing this. If you are a coach or a consultant or somebody who sells a product like your branding, you need to learn this podcasting game because it will heavily accelerate your coaching and consulting business. If you have a product, you need to understand how to use content creation to sell more of the product. Golly. Listen, man, for anybody that thought that this was a game, and I was just joking, and when I say this is the most incredible conference in the world for content creators and entrepreneurs, don't think it's a game. This is our second year. Last year, we had 700 people all in Miami. Life-changing event, game-changing event on so many levels for so many people. We're working on getting Cameron there. We got some feelers out. I want to get Cameron to be a Podcast Summit this year. So I love you all. Go to podcastsummit.com. If you're on Instagram, comment the word summit. And I will send you a DM to your DM, a very special gift to your DM. If you're on YouTube, just go back to one of my previous videos. You go to podcastsummit.com, but I got a little code for you. Go to my previous video, the video that I published the week before last, 2 videos ago, and you'll see a code there, okay? I love you all. I want you all to go out, create at a very, very high level, and go never, ever let your voice die. Podcasting allows your voice to never die. All right? I am out of here, man. I will see y'all in Atlanta at Podcast Summit. Peace.